If you were bullied as a kid or at any point in your life, that may be the reason that you have an underlying anger problem. Let's talk about it. So I feel like fighting has become so commonplace in modern society that most people don't even realize where that desire to fight comes from. So I would love to unpack that. First of all, I'm not talking about like baddies and whatever. That's a segment of society that grew up watching Bad Girls Club and Love and Hip Hop and violent shows, and they feel like that's just the way to solve conflict. What I'm talking about is people who were bullied when they were kids, whether that's verbally or physical. People who were in relationships with people that punched down on your self-confidence. And obviously they were of the opposite sex, so it's not like it could get physical. You just had to take it, right? Or if you had parents or caregivers that were always critical of you, always talking down, always being negative to you. What happens sometimes is when you don't have the ability to fight back in the original situation, when you get punched down on emotionally or physically, and you don't have a way to resolve that in your mind, what happens is that angry energy just stays in there. And as you grow older, it kind of just festers and rots under the surface. And what will happen is you will find yourself having huge reactions for things that may not have been that serious. You may find yourself cussing somebody out because you felt triggered, or moving to anger way quicker than you maybe even needed to in the situation. But it's because you have all that underlying feeling of, I wasn't protected. Somebody tried to hurt me. There was nothing I could do in the situation. So when anything else even resembles that, it's go time. How do I know? I was that person before many, many years of intensive therapy and journaling. I was bullied a lot as a kid. I was bullied for having glasses. They used to call me Urkel's girlfriend. I was bullied for my skin tone. I was bullied for being fat. I was bullied for how I talk because I'm Jamaican. And when I came to this country, my accent sounded different than people. So literally from second grade to like the end of middle school, I was made fun of. Even in high school, people had like weird shit to say, right? What happened is because I was in a strict Jamaican household and you can't fight and get in trouble in school and any of that, I just kept it all in and it was seething. So when I got to my 20s and 30s, it was set it off season. And anybody who knows me personally can tell you I was fighting in the club. I was getting at men. I have actually almost been in a physical altercation with men like 3 different times in my life. Like I was going crazy. At the second somebody did something I found offensive, I was over the top with it. And I actually started going to therapy because I got in a fight in a grocery store. And I'm not proud of this, but as your coach, I'm going to tell you the ugly and the real. I got in a fight in a grocery store with a girl who was in front of me in line and was taking too long. And I kind of barked at her and was like, yo, like, get out of the way, New York. And she turned around and said something to me that was past the mark. It went down. Long story short, security was called, police was called. They asked her if she wanted to press charges. Homegirl was bleeding a little bit from her forehead. I saw my life and my future success flash before my eyes. And I realized at that moment, sign up for therapy tomorrow, because you had no reason getting into the situation because it's not even her. And what she did wasn't even that deep. It's underlying anger that you have in yourself. And praise God, it's been, almost 7 years or whatever the case is. And I have a really great handle on my temper now because I understand my triggers and I understand where they came from. And I understand that most of the time it has nothing to do with the person that's in front of me. So I just want to offer that to you. If you're a person that's easily triggered, easily angered, or always setting it off, it's not what's in front of you. It's what happened to you a long time ago. And when you process that, you'll be able to respond in much more palatable and nonviolent ways. Just saying. And as always, Auntie loves you.